season, the 86 Series welcomes a rookie entrant to the paddock in Team Zeus, with Dad Glenn Hadden as team principal and crew chief, and his sons 18-year-old Alex and 17-year-old Ryan in the driving seats.
I started racing speedway just in saloon cars when I was 15, and I raced till got up to the production series and finished when I was 30 when Alex was born. But then sort of by the time I was going to get back into it, my wife was pregnant with Ryan. So that was the end of my racing career, and obviously I'm in the automotive industry, we're in the tuning side of things, and we're around race cars all the time. So it was, I suppose, me just being in that scene and doing that, they just naturally gravitated towards anything fast, motors, yeah, and that's where it started. They're polar opposites, and ever since they were kids, it's like Alex is very extroverted and Ryan's introverted, and Ryan's sort of the guy who'll pull the pin out of the hand grenade and just roll it under Alex to explode. And that's been happening all throughout their whole life, through their football, rugby league, rugby union, motocross, go-karting, and now cars. So it works well for both of them to push each other, their different personalities.
Bit of wrestle, we played rugby league at the age of 6 and played rugby league and rugby union until like into school. And then got into racing when I was 16 and Ryan was 15, and then the rivalry continued into that as well. So then we had go-kart races when we would race in the same class, just little rivalries like that. And like at the end of the day, I still congratulated my brother no matter what. If one of each other took you out, we would have a little laugh about it, but nothing too serious. Family's a really big thing. Dad, Mum and I and Ryan, we have a good relationship with each other. We go everywhere. Sometimes Mum doesn't come to the racetrack because sometimes she's a little bit flustered or gets a bit worried. So then Mum doesn't come, but Dad's always here and everything, like helping us mentally prepare, keeping us focused, or if we're let down, he always cheers us up, you know, just keeping us in the mental game, which is the most important thing.
You said the car felt good. You'll work it out between the two of you, say?
Yeah, my dad's like, he gives us his speeches every once in a while, like on the way to the track, he like, you know, boys, you know, go hard, have fun.
Confident?
A bit more aggressive.
Yeah.
You know, pats on the back, or he just boosts our confidence, I suppose.
I loved racing. I loved the adrenaline and fixing my own cars and making them go fast, but I am having so much more fun now watching the boys come through. I'll create every opportunity I can for the boys to do well. Alex is a second-year apprentice motor mechanic doing engine remapping. Ryan's still in grade 12 at school, so he's got to do really well at school in his marks so we can come racing. But they'll fall back, they'll do their apprenticeships in automotive. If they make it, bloody awesome.
Love cars. JDMs, sports cars, muscle cars. Go to car meets as much as I can, but just love working on cars and just figuring out what they are, what they have in them, and every single part, how to strip it, how to put it together, and just like fascinated with building my own car, I guess.
It's like the old 80-20 rule. Alex will do 80% of the talking, where Ryan will do 80% of the listening. And it's see how they work, and Ryan will just throw the odd sly little comment in there to really get Alex going, and it fires him up.
Yeah, he's like a little chihuahua, so you pick him and you just keep barking, and you just go again, and then you just lose it.
Most of the time he doesn't really get into my head. Sometimes he's just an idiot, so you have a little laugh with him. Most of the time I'm just trying to help him out with the racetrack, and he just has a little smart-ass comment. Chalk
and cheese. You know, like Alex was a year ahead of Ryan, and obviously, you know, the couple of teachers say, oh, you're Alexander's brother. And don't hold that against me, it's Ryan's return comment, return serve. You know, they can race side by side, millimetres, and there has been the odd time that they've touched, but there's never any angst between them. They never come off the track and have a go at each other.
It's very exciting, seeing all the V8 supercars, you know, seeing their journeys and seeing where they started. So some of them probably started in TGRA86s, probably moved on. So, you know, like Brock Feeney, like he's in supercars now, you know, started in XLs and then went through 86. And now he's like a supercar driver, so I'm pretty inspired by that too.
Don't be stressed first 2 laps if you're not the biggest.
Brock Feeney's just helping us with driver training and just like helping us with setup and stuff like that, with mental state and what to expect from the track and what to do. He's obviously raced this series before, so he knows what he's doing, so he's just passing his knowledge down to us.
These were some of my best days racing in the 86s, so I was fresh out of karts, just like these boys are, straight into it. Had an absolute blast, and we ran it as basically a father-son. We had my mechanic from go-karts, we were fresh as, and yeah, we had a great year. You know, won a couple of races, learnt so much, but the best thing about these 86s is the technique's the same as what you use in a supercar. You just sort of fine-tune it as you go up.
It gives me that confidence to, you know, go out there knowing my brother's out there with me. You know, if he's quicker than me, it's like, well, if he can do it, I can do it.
Glenn hoped his boys would qualify inside the top 20, but it ends up being a mixed bag for the Hadden brothers. Alex will start in 18th place, and Ryan is down the field in 32nd. Still plenty of work to do come race day.
For the race, I need to, you know, have a bit more confidence in myself and just, you know, push it harder into the corners and just, you know, just believe in my driving a bit more.
Obviously having a run here in the dry, so pretty good qualifying position considering how many people have been here before.
Going out in the wet, it's like if you lose it, you go on the wall, you're just pretty much a weekend over.
Who's going to be a star in 2022? Oh no, it's Ryan Hadden. Ryan Hadden's off the road.
Are you okay? Is the car okay? Okay. Through there, I can see you on screen.
He and his brother Alex down from Brisbane. He's had a fair old moment, I'd say.
He said he came together through turn 1 with it. He was underneath another car. He had a little touch on the right-hand rear and speed him off. So we'll get it back, have a look. Fingers crossed it's not too bad. It was a tyre barrier, so that's better than concrete, right?
As Gibbons leads it in front of his home crowd to take the checkered flag and the opening race of the year.
Alex is still there. He did move up a couple, but then settled back into 18th. Good tight race in there. So, at least we've got one left.
Went a bit narrow into turn 1 and then the rear just started to slide out and then I just couldn't catch it from there and it just kept drifting off the track and just going too fast, so it just slid straight through the gravel trap into the tyre wall and then that was my race.
Righto, we'll see what we can do. The front's gone.
Obviously it's unfortunate for my brother what happened, and hopefully we can get the car ready for tomorrow and hopefully get him on the track, but hopefully we get him to the top 30 so he can race the end of the series.
Yeah, the body took the brunt of it. You know, those tyres, it must have gone sideways quite high into it. They busted that driver's window. We couldn't get a spare, but they've allowed us to drive with some plastic on there. But yeah, new fender on there. All the wheel alignment was pretty good. So we've lined everything up perfect again, and it should drive fine.
Very slippery conditions out there at the moment, obviously with the heavy rain that we had this morning.
Safety car start for this one, just to make sure that everybody gets a look at the circuit, and we just saw how slippery it is. 2 drivers spinning on the way to the grid. Green flag is waving. Gibbons brings us to the stripe, leaves him waiting really late like he did yesterday, and we are racing in the 86s.
And you already see overlap. Warren Luff just got a little bit, again, caught napping.
Hold your breath through turn 1. Oh, they're sideways, they're slipping. The view is impeded with the spray. Do they all make it through turn 1, which is such a fast, difficult corner? Luff to the outside. Turn 7. Oh, this is Rylan Gray. We were just singing his praises, the 15-year-old. This is not going to end well. He's on the inside of the road. Oh, Alex Hadden. No. The innocent bystander down there getting cleaned up, and that is both of the Hadden cars this weekend that have been clobbered. What a shame. And that is heartbreak for this family from Brisbane. They're two teenage boys, both finding dramas this week. And these two Zeus Tech cars are so well prepared and beautifully presented, and that is a really hard hit for Alex. I'm glad to see him hopping out of that car.
You can't really do anything about that. He touched the grass, it's raining, and he just lost control. And obviously I wouldn't be able to see him because I was looking at the apex, and then he just showed up and just smashed me, so it's all right. Like, it's not his fault, it's just a racing incident.
At least his brother Ryan managed to avoid any further carnage.
Finish. Well done.
It's pretty greasy at the moment. No, I reckon it's from the rubber from, the last couple of days. Just, made the race line greasy and, wet outside. It's like an ice pretty much out there. But, I was just trying to take it easy, bring the car home, in one piece.
It'll be easy to give up, right? Because, we've got two damaged cars, and that's the repair bills are going to, could escalate from that. But we've been in similar positions in other sporting venues before. We'll pick our socks up and we'll be better for it. There's always a learning. But I also know with the biggest highs, you've got to ride the biggest lows as well. We'll come back and we'll have our highs.
For more videos like this, click here or subscribe to Toyota Australia's YouTube channel here.
Oh, what a feeling. Toyota.